total charges, which I do believe have been delivered to the opposing defendant over here, to his lawyers. First point of call, I'd like to call the Commissioner to the stand to tell us what happened on the day.
Yep.
Objection, we haven't made our opening statements.
Would you like to make your opening statements?
Yes, we would, Your Honour. We would
Alright,
like
go
to
for it.
move. We would like to move to dismiss all charges against Milo here. These charges are baseless with no evidence behind them, and you cannot proceed with this.
Alrighty. Bring forward the witness. Mr. Files, please, Force.
Yes, thank you, Your Honour. Commissioner, if you could take the stand, please.
Easy as.
We're just going to make it look like he's sitting down there. If you could raise your right hand. The bailiff should be doing this. Do we have a bailiff here today?
He's on sick leave.
He's on sick leave. Okay. So you
Correct.
do swear and solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so on the day of events, can you just describe in your own words what happened?
On the 1st of June, 2022, about 7:30 at night, me and Officer Superintendent Luke Hill proceeded to a call.
And Luke Hill is current and present in this courtroom today?
Yes.
Objection, leading the witness.
It was a question, it wasn't a statement.
Continue.
We proceeded to a call down on Innocence Boulevard across from the strip club. Then we found a two POIs holding a paramedic hostage. Those two POIs, one of them turned out to be Leo Borsley, the defendant, and the other
Objection.
one
Objection,
we still-
baseless.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Objection, baseless.
Can you explain that a bit more?
It means that there is no evidence that this happened.
I call that overruled by now, so continue on, Commissioner.
Then it turned out to be Leo Borsley over here, for one of those POIs. POI, he's friend per se.
Objection, speculation.
Overruled.
Then demanded which were spike strips, $75,000 in cash, and free passage from the police in order to let the hostage go at the 24/7 that they were robbing. We proceeded to give them those demands. Once Leo and his other POI left the building, we proceeded to follow and ended up catching Leo into a gunfight with his friend. About 5 minutes later, ended up shooting Leo in the waist, I believe, twice, and he proceeded to fall down on the middle of the road. Then from there he got medical attention, and then got read his rights and proceeded back to the jail for processing.
Do we have any medical documents to support this claim?
Not at this current stage. If I go to the hospital, I'm sure they will have statements stating that Leo was in a couple GSWs.
So under this court, you're telling me that you did not bring the correct evidence?
No.
Is there a
Media-
reason why your client couldn't obtain medical evidence himself?
As
And
as
is there any reason
defendant,
why
you
your
guys have
client
the
couldn't
onus of
provide his
proof.
own medical evidence to his own lawyers?
We do.
As he was being held into the holding cell.
Can we just let the witness speak, please?
Continue on, Commissioner.
Easy as. Where was I?
You were just speaking about the
Yeah,
hospital record.
processing. Yeah, okay.
Leading a witness.
If you could just be quiet where the witness speaks, please. Continue, Commissioner.
Then we proceeded to process the POI, Leo Borsley, and then that's my statement for the court.
Do you have
Right.
Do you have
so
records of this,
Yes,
of your processing?
yes,
May we see them?
no.
Then how do we know you have them?
I can show them to the judge.
Yeah, if you could just hand them to me, please.
Easy. Can I proceed to the other
Yep.
side of the chair?
That'll be shown also. I just want to confirm there, Commissioner. So you're saying he kidnapped a paramedic, is that correct?
He did indeed, yes.
So we've got kidnapping and deprivation of liberty for your first two charges to start with.
May I ask where this witness is?
The witness is not here in the courtroom at this stage due to fear of life, and yeah, that's why they're not here.
And so it's not because you don't actually have a witness and you cannot prove that this happened.
No, it's not that we don't have the witness. It is purely because they didn't want to be surrounded and they don't need to be here for the first hearing.
They do. Well, they kind of do because you're using them as a key piece of evidence.
They're not here at this stage.
Sorry, Commissioner. I was just reading that document you just gave me. What time did he get processed into the cells?
Stand by. I can grab the actual time.
Yep.
You just give me 1 minute.
So, Your Honour, at this stage, we've obviously got a list of charges here. So we've got aiding and abetting to accessory of robbery right now and deprivation of liberty, as well as kidnapping. So let the record show.
Yep.
It was 9:49 p.m. on the 1st of June 2022.
Rightio. And the weapon that was seized from the defendant over there, that I would assume is here in evidence.
I believe that's in a paper bag on the desk here, Commissioner.
Paper bag is
Ah,
improper process
Plastic,
and
plastic
it must be.
bag. Evidence bag.
Yes, okay, yeah, no worries, okay. So we'll just let the record show that we obviously bring into item A the weapon that was used in this armed robbery.
May we see this weapon?
Commissioner, are you able to show them the weapon? Just hold it up.
And have you gathered fingerprints for the weapon to prove that the client, Leo Balls, has in fact held the weapon?
Can you see the weapon there?
Yep.
So
Alright.
have you correctly tested this for fingerprints to get proof that this was actually?
If you're asking if it's went through the lab, yes, it has to be all fingerprinted and documented.
And which fingerprint did the weapon came up with?
You asking what it come back to?
Yep.
Leo Borsley.
And can we see these records?
No, as they're in police.
So the answer
As
is
they're
no. You do not have these records.
They would.
Motion to strike the evidence from the record, as there is no evidence, as there is nothing proving them.
And how sure are you of these fingerprints, as the client could have been wearing gloves of the weapon? So, if the client was wearing gloves, how did you get fingerprints on the weapon?
We also had DNA as well, if I didn't already state that.
What kind of
From the
DNA
blood.
did you have?
Blood. From the GSWs that the PY obtained.
Residue.
Blood. Yeah.
As we still don't have these medical records, this evidence must be stricken
The
from
judge
the
is
case.
currently going through those records on his desk at the moment.
I thought you said you guys didn't have them.
That's because the judge has them.
Yeah, wrong answer. Every party must have all records present. Otherwise, there must be a mistrial. Otherwise, it must be declared as a mistrial.
Okay. As the New South Wales Police Force does indeed need to show all records to the defence. But seeing as the person, Leo Ballsy, has, obviously been through hospital and was put into the jail cells, it's hard to believe that it wasn't him unless you have evidence to prove that it wasn't.
It
I do
doesn't
not
matter.
have. I do not have proof that it wasn't him, but we do have evidence of his mentality state. As said by my client, or his mentality state has been utterly down recently. He has not been doing very well. He's been, in fact, admitted to therapy multiple times. And I reckon his mentality should be put into play for this action that he has caused. I'm not saying that he has not done the shooting. I am saying that his mentality state should be put into this courtroom.
Do you have medical records for?
Yes, we actually do have medical records and therapy records as well.
Can I also see both of those documents, please?
I would like
Yes,
to
you can.
submit the 36 charges into evidence as well, Your Honour, for you to make your final ruling onto those, based on the evidence that we have produced as well.
I believe
What
you
evidence?
gave
All your
that to
evidence
me.
should be stricken. You have no real evidence that should stand up. What you are doing right now is immoral and incorrect. Unless all records are given to the defendant and relevant parties at the start of
I
the
do
case,
believe you were
it
handed
must be
the
removed.
36 charges prior.
Yes, but you don't have any proof that those 36 charges should exist.
I'm pretty sure the charges speak for themselves to what they are.
That doesn't,
Going
that
Nailed
doesn't hold up.
based on the charges and evidence that is submitted into court. Most of these charges do stand.
No, they do not, because the evidence for the evidence for the charges was not tried to both parties. So all evidence must be stricken due to a mistrial and miscarrying of information.
Okay. So going through the documents that I have just been given, he does seem to have therapy and these mental issues, but I've got a question: is why isn't he in like some sort of rehab for these mental disorders?
Quite simply, has not been put into rehab as these therapy and
Commissioner, you can stand down.
the therapy and the documents state that his mental state was fine. In fact, when it wasn't, he was very obvious with this, and he was very communicative with me with his mental problems, and also due to the fact that with his mental state being put into action here, it has a highly likely chance that that has a reason.
So
for
what you're
the-
saying right now is he has a mental condition, but he wasn't involved with any of what has happened in the armed robbery.
I'm not
but
saying
you're
that he
using,
is or wasn't involved.
you're trying
not-
to use mental
Okay.
mental
wait, one
issues
second.
as a cause of defense, saying that he's obtained these mental issues due to the fact that he was at the robbery.
No, due to the fact that you guys have accused him of this robbery and held him into and brought him into.
And the fact that
So
these issues have occurred before.
So when Commissioner here fired his weapon and provided first aid to your defendant, I guess that's not evidence either.
You have the casings to prove that he fired those shots.
Okay, 1 second. I'm going to call a timeout of 5 minutes so the New South Wales Police Force can get the evidence that is required by the defence.
Copy. Thank you, Your Honour.
Thank you, Your Honour.
Okay.
We'll go out here.
Yeah, come out here. I have some evidence.
Okay, I do see that. They are on there.
Yeah.
That was my mistake. I didn't read. I'm just going out to the back for 2 seconds. I think I forgot a piece of paper.
Oh, good.
What the fuck is he doing?
Language.
Did you just swear?
Do you know how to be a prosecutor?
Constable, did you just swear?
You may have just made a mistake there, mate.
My eyes bubbled. Where is the judge? And bailiff, is bailiff here? Can someone call the
Judge is in the back room getting more documents.
Fucking eyes are bubbling all over the place.
Oi, Kimmy. He's back.
Is Your Honor talking? Because we can't hear you.
Your Honor, no one can hear you.
All right, timeout has now finished. Sorry, I had to
Hey.
go into my head for a quick sec.
Yes,
Your Honor, we
Your
would
Honor.
like to call for an immediate mistrial and for this case to be thrown out on the grounds that the prosecutors went into the back room with you, causing a mistrial, and he must be released of all charges on these grounds.
Excuse me. I went into my head. I don't know exactly.
No, the prosecutor has followed you into the back room, which means all evidence back there has been negated due to a mistrial.
Nothing happened back there because my eyes bubbled, and yeah, that's it.
Likely story, but we have many.
Can
have
we
just seen
just call
evidence-
that off as I went into my head and there was nothing that went on in that room?
This isn't about what
There's
you did. It's about what
CCTV
he
in
did.
there if you want to have a look at it. I'll show you the CCTV.
By the fact that the prosecutor over there, went back
Would you
into
like to
that
see the
room.
CCTV?
Your Honor, we also have more evidence that I'd like to produce into evidence by calling the next witness.
And I
No.
also just called a 5-minute timeout so they could get evidence, and then I went to get a document that I forgot out there when I went back out there.
No, while you were in the back room, the prosecutor over there went into the back room with you. That means this trial must be called off as a mistrial.
Say objection.
Would you like to see the CCTV footage of what went on in that room?
It doesn't matter what went on in that
Objection,
room.
Your
By him
Honor,
walking
he's
in.
just being an idiot.
Okay,
No, I am not.
objection. We're just going to continue the trial as nothing went on in that room and I was in my head. Okay?
Okay, Your Honor, I'd like to call a witness, like Bozo, to the stand if I can, so we can produce some evidence and then ask for a quick recess so yourself can go over the evidence and then also provide a copy to the defendant there.
Okay, 1 second.
You're
The
on the relevance
defense,
of this witness.
He
I
has
believe he was
full
also involved
footage.
in the case. From the documents I have, which was, what was the name you just said? Sorry again, prosecutor.
It was, I believe it's Commander Luke Bozo.
Okay. Yes, looking
Commander,
from these
so
documents.
when did the military get involved in this?
It's the Commander of Highway Patrol.
Yeah, no, that doesn't exist.
Yes, it does.
It does
Yes, it
exist in
does.
New South Wales. It does exist. I can tell you that now. I can let you use the Google on the left computer here if you want to Google it real quick.
No, I'll be fine. Just bring up this witness. You can
Okay, I just
get
have a quick
everything
question for
stricken.
you first. Do you have any evidence to prove that he has not done what
In the
prosecution
Australian
is
legal system, we do not have to provide evidence. It is their job to prove that he did it, not the other way around.
But what evidence do you have to prove that what they have showed with him also being in the jail cell after being taken to the hospital at the scene? What do you have to prove that
You don't have to prove
he didn't
that.
do anything?
It is your job to prove that he did something, not the other way around. Now,
Well,
the
to
fact
end
that he
this
was
case
taken-
simply, there's plenty of evidence of him being in a jail cell and now in this courtroom facing these
Being in a
charges.
jail cell doesn't mean anything. He could have been put in there without his own regard.
But he was also taken to
we
from
call
the
it-
Your Honor,
scene.
I'd like to bring out
to
next
hospital.
witness that's going to clear up this whole situation.
we would
with
also like
the
to call for a
next-
wrongful arrest on what you just
Objection,
said,
Your
Your
Honor.
Honor. On what
Okay, we'll
grounds?
call
I'd
up
like
the
to call my
witness.
next witness, please. Commander of the Highway Patrol, Luke Bozo, can you take the stand, please? Raise your right hand. raise your hands.
Good afternoon, Your Honour.
Do you swear to
Good
tell the whole
afternoon.
truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, of course.
All right. Right. On the day of events, do you have any evidence to help this case that we are now proceeding to, Your Honour?
Sorry, what was? Are you talking to me or him?
Talking to him.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Sorry, my bad.
I do. I have 2 body cam visually and audio. Actually, no, only visually, not audio films on the day this happened. I
Your Honour,
have
let it be
one.
seen that we've got footage that we'd like to bring into evidence, please.
Would it? We will require this evidence. Can we see
Yes.
it?
We'll receive
Can
it.
you also give the evidence to the defense?
Yep.
Yes, Your Honour, and we'd like
Um,
to ask for a 10-minute recess while they go over this evidence.
Okay. Can I view the evidence just beforehand? Is it on a USB? You can plug it into just the computer there.
Mhm.
Sweet. Thank you.
Is anyone talking? Cause I can't hear anything.
No, no one's talking.
The defense still has not received this evidence.
Because they're viewing it. We will not get it until they finish viewing it.
Okay, defense. As I have viewed this evidence, we will take a 10-minute I don't know what the word is, man.
10-minute recess.
10-minute recess, Your Honour.
10-minute recess, and the evidence will be sent over to you. Okay.
Your Honour, I'd
Uh,
like to request that you send the evidence as well, just so it's got the chain of custody.
Yep. I can do. Um.
like to offer the defendant a plea deal for a guilty plea if they want to take it now, if he wants to discuss it with his lawyers.
If we can go into a private room and discuss about this.
Yes. Your Honour, have you got a room that we can use? Which room?
Okay.
This room over here. Commissioner?
Dingus, you should be in there.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Hmm?
Get over there.
Jesus Christ! Righto. Here you go, mate.
What is the plea deal that you offered him?
Yep.
The judge should be in the private rooms all the time.
The judge is too busy drinking Jim Beam.
Doesn't matter. The judge should always be hearing what they're discussing.
Shut the fuck up, Luke.
Aye. I'm
Oh,
right.
what? How
Next
do you
time
change
I'm-
shouting thing?
Oh fuck. Why is it making me? Okay.
Next time I'm being the
Luke.
judge.
Yeah.
Luke.
Officer Luke, listen to this.
Yes.
You like that sound?
Sounds awesome.
That's the sound of victory.
What? Oh, really?
We won.
We did?
Yeah, they're getting
Whoa.
1,000 marks.
They took what? Took 120?
Nah, they're
So-
getting 1,000 now.
1,000?
So we can do 90 hours.
Hmm?
and we can add on court costs as well as a fine.
I'll be getting the big fine.
I'm thinking, what do you reckon? 50?
Probably
$75,000.
75,000, yeah.
75,000
Just saying,
adding
why are
those
you
court
saying
costs?
all this in front of a camera when it's
Because
live
they're
to the
allowed
public?
to.
No, we're on the side. Are we on the side? We are on the side, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
Oh, hang on. Okay.
Yeah, come over here.
Yeah, follow me. Are you gonna go get it for us?
Headshot.
Yeah, you go get it.
Okay, I want to
What
come in here
now?
first. I was going to ask you to go get a paddy wagon, but you can't, don't worry. Yeah, he could just take a ride in the wagon, can't he? Or the paws?
No, just go grab an actual paddy.
Okay. Headshot, come with me, just cause.
Cause off.
Headshots!
You might need to talk to that just do it on my behalf, but talk to Headshot about his behaviour, yeah?
Yeah, I have to. Yeah.
We've come to a decision.
Please go back to your. Just stand first.
Go Code Red.
All right, Your Honour, I do believe. Have you told Your Honour?
Yes, we have came to our decision. My client will take the 120 months with no fine.
Okay.
Yeah, so my client will take the first deal offer you gave us.
Okay, so the 120 months.
Yep.
All right,
Alrighty,
Your Honour, I
so-
do believe we've come to an arrangement here for 120 months for the defendant to spend time in prison.
Yep.
I'd also like to recommend that maybe we get some counselling involved, drug and alcohol, and some psychology as well, just for his own health and well-being,
I would
and
like to
ongoing
also
support
add
as
on to
well.
that.
Okay. If yous are going to take that plea deal and have this case finish off, I will want Mr. Leo Ballsy to undergo 12 months of therapy for his mental issues.
May we request that the 12 months of therapy be taken off his sentence and he serve the 12 months of therapy while under probation?
Granted.
Thank you, Your Honour.
Is that the final orders, Your Honour?
Yes, but Leo Ballsy has to every day for 12 months report to the police station and let you know that he is still undergoing that therapy. Otherwise, he can be brought back and charged for the 12 months in prison. Okay, that sounds good.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, sweet.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
ETA. Copy. Can I get you to come in and arrest this POI?
So we're just going to bring in the bailiffs.
Can you take this for me?